Hey guys, welcome back to LF Studios. I'm Green Tea Guns yet again, and today we're doing our biggest installment for our Lego Star Wars retrospective. Today we have the ATTE Walker, as seen on the box. So let's go ahead and get right into this bad boy. So as you may be able to tell compared to our other videos, camera's a little bit shaky, and that's because of just how big this box is. Normally I can just set the camera up on a tripod on the table and that'll be fine, but this box is just massive. It takes up our little recording area. So let's go ahead, look at this. This one, for a change, is 9 and up instead of 7 and up, so this is a little bit more advanced, pretty obviously, because it has 1082 pieces, which is a lot. Took me about 2.5–3 hours to build this thing, but this is set number 75337. We have this very nice display right here, a very controversial droid in the corner, but nonetheless a very nice box picture. We have all of our troops listed down there below. I'm not going to read them all out because they're pretty obvious, and you got just a bunch of 212 clones and then some droids. Looking at the back of the box here, we have many of the play features displayed for the ATTE here. Obviously a different display for all the figures and stuff like that. And yeah, not much else, pretty much just a different display. So other than that, let's go ahead and stop wasting time and get into the ATTE. All right, guys, so we have the ATTE out here. I'm not gonna set the figures up here for right now, just because there's so many of them. It's just gonna make it more complicated if we do that. But this thing right here is such a beauty. I picked this up for about $140, which is a little pricey, but yet again, it does have a lot more pieces and a lot more figures than most sets. So I personally think that it's worth that little bit extra. And I don't have the previous ATTE models to compare this to, but I have seen a lot of people say that this is probably the most accurate and less gappy. So just take my word for it this time, or if you really want to, go watch their videos about this. But nonetheless, this is a very nice model. Going over some of the features, obviously, we have our top cannon up here, which is on a ratchet joint. Very nice for getting sturdy positions. 2 stud shooters up there on each side. Pretty nice for playability feature. And then this can be moved down and then a little bit up. So if you want to do some anti-aircraft shooting, you can. One problem is though, you can put a figure in there, but there are no studs. So with the ratchet, they kind of like to bounce around in there. Go ahead and stick our clone gunner in there. You can kind of see him rattling around in there, but he hasn't fallen out yet. Just a little note on there on that feature. Up here behind that, we have our carry handle, because this is a pretty heavy set, so you can just pick it up by that and it just kind of, you know, wobbles around. It's really sturdy, so you don't have to worry about it breaking off. I guess we'll go to the butt of the ATTE. You know, pretty bland, but you do have these 2 little circular turrets on the back, which can completely move around. I just remembered that they're called ball turrets. I apologize for just calling them round turrets, but yeah, these can move in a lot of directions, so that's pretty nice. You can get a lot of different positions out of those. You know, pretty nice detailing on the back. A little bit of gaps, but you're not going to be seeing that most of the time. We'll look at the front of it. Try and get a better angle at this. So here we have the front of it. You can see your little control sticks in there, and then 4 more of these turrets that can be moved all around. Really nice. You have these mock floodlights up here. Obviously, Lego's not going to put real lights in there, but nonetheless, I really like the front of this, and the this classic Republic color of like the dark red really looks nice and definitely adds to the exterior, which is mostly gray. And yeah, for the outside, that's pretty much it. Obviously you have your legs, which all of these are just kind of free floating. They don't really do much. The only ones that you can pose are these inner ones, which, I mean, that's the most you can pose them. You can just move them front or back, but I mean, it's something. And with a model like this, it's not really designed to be completely posable. It's just kind of there for display looks. And I mean, if you want to pick it up and move it around, you can just grab it by the carry handle, make it look like a big elephant walking around. Yeah, same thing on the other side. You know, just those wobbly legs. I do like these details down here with kind of the gear looking pieces that are on all 6 legs. Pretty nice. And then also these round detailing parts here all over look really nice. I will also point out that this set does use a lot of stickers, but that is excusable in this case because it is a pretty massive set. So it's obvious that definitely some of the pieces would need stickers, and it is completely acceptable to me. I know some people really don't like them, but if you just take the time and apply them properly, it works well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the exterior of the ATTE. Let's go ahead and look on the inside. All right, so the first part we are going to look at is the front area, and this just pulls out. It's a little difficult because it's held in there by an axle, if you can see in there, and then it slides through these grooves. But that is where you get to your control seat, and you can just take one of your figures. I'll just take a regular clone here, take his gun out. Set him in there. You can set him in there, try and put the sticks in his hands, or at least get him close, and then you can put him back in. So he's actually driving the ATTE. There's actually a pilot in there. So that definitely looks pretty nice, and with all the clear pieces for windows, you can get a pretty good view in there. And I think that looks really nice, and for the most part, this function is really good, except sometimes if you don't hold it in the right place, it will kind of break on itself, but it's a pretty simple fix, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. The legs are getting caught up at the moment. Okay, I think it's good. But yeah, that is definitely a neat feature. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do now is kind of break this thing down and get into the interior of this. So first off, what you wanna do to get the access to the front area, you just wanna lightly lift up on that. And then if you want to, also you can move these out just so you can get better access. And then you can see, excuse me. And then in here, you can see there are actually 2 spots for troopers to sit down, and this whole section can actually be pulled out. So you can see, you can sit 2 troopers on there, and then there's this little tool where, you know, maybe if your troopers need to do repair on the ATTE, they're in there. And that just sits in there. It's not actually connected to any studs. It just kind of free, you know, free floats in there, but it holds its place well. It doesn't like rattle around. And then you just have a couple crates in the back area, not really important. But yeah, that's a nice internal display for the ATTE. And then to close this back up, you just fold these in, fold the sides down, and then you can put that down. And we'll flip it around to the back. And then what you want to do for this, see right here, these little hinges, this comes apart pretty easily. You can fold this down like so. And then this one folds up like the other one. And then same as up front, these can fold up, be kind of angled out to the sides. And this is where you get your real storage. You have 5 seats back here. This seat is for a rear gunner for these ball turrets, and he has a little control panel down there. Pretty nice. That is a sticker though. I don't know if you can see, I did not get that on there the best, but you know, it doesn't really matter. It's a control panel. You have a little fire extinguisher right here. Pretty cool feature to add on. I don't think this thing's gonna catch on fire, but definitely nice to get with this. And then right here, you have a little stainless steel coffee mug. You know, if you want to drink your blue milk while you're getting shot at by droids, I guess. But yeah, I can go ahead and load this up with just a couple clones just to show you the capacity. All right, so we have all of the clone troopers that come in the set just sitting in this back spot. So obviously you have a pretty nice amount of room in here, and you could even fit a couple further back if you really wanted to, but this is 5 sitting in the included seats. Obviously you get 2 up in the front, and then you have the driver, so that's a total of 8 seats that you could fit in here. So if you have extra clones, even if they're like 501st or just like shiny clones, you know, you can go ahead and throw them in here, and that'll look really nice since this is a form of troop transport. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the interior. I think they did a really good job with this. Looks very nice, getting all the details and all that, and a good amount of storage. So yeah, we'll go ahead and close this up just to show you that it can close up with these guys in it. We'll take one final look at the ATTE. This is a really nice model. You know, I think this is probably one of the best sets that I personally have bought. Just for display alone, this thing's just pretty big, but it's also just pretty accurate. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the minifigures. All right, guys, so we have our clones all stacked right here. These 3 are pretty much the same, so I'm just gonna go over one of them. But before we do that, we're gonna take a look at Commander Cody right here. This is Phase 2 Commander Cody. I think they did a pretty good job with this. This visor piece does seem to be a bit long, and that's like a common complaint that people have. But you know, it does the job. They've been using this piece for quite a while now, so I understand why they did it. It just would have been nice to get maybe just a custom helmet, or just make this piece a little bit smaller. Go ahead and take a better look at his helmet printing. I think it looks pretty nice. Chest printing is also pretty good. You know, not too many blemishes on there. You know, the painted on scratch marks on his armor definitely look really nice, add some characteristic to it. And then he just comes with the standard medium-sized blaster. Got some really nice back printing, and this is, I just had a stroke. And this right here is, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a jetpack. I don't know why they didn't give him one and just printed it on there, but nonetheless, it's on there, and I guess it does the job. It doesn't look too bad. And then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything for Commander Cody. A little bit lackluster for his big return in a set, but either way, I'm pretty sure everyone's happy to get him. I'm happy to get him, and I'm glad he came in a really cool set. And just picking one of these guys. This is your standard 212th. This is your standard 212th clone. Pretty nice orange markings on this. Pretty much same. Pretty much the same as these other guys here. You know, just all over the body. He has white arms instead of Commander Cody, who has orange. These two have the long blasters. He has the medium one. And then a complaint that a lot of people have, besides the helmet holes, I know, is that these orange markings on the helmets are down way too far, because you're supposed to see the point that it comes to. And I don't know why Lego has done this. I don't know why they haven't fixed it, but yeah, that is a big complaint a lot of people have. And I can definitely understand that. Obviously, they look a certain way, and you would expect them to come that way. But, you know, I already bought it. There's no sense in complaining, because I willingly went into this with $140. So it just would have been nice to get that quality, especially for the price. But nonetheless, pretty good printing, and everything else seems to be up to speed for Lego. And then here we have our clone gunner, not specifically with the 212th here, but he just has these nice dark tan markings, a bunch of scuff marks, which give him a lot of characteristics. This kind of pauldron piece right here, which is more on his chest. He comes with just a little pistol blaster, and then back you have these light tan straps going across, which look pretty nice. And then he has the helmet holes too, but nonetheless, I think he's a really good clone gunner. So let's go ahead and get into the droids for this set. All right, so our droids are pretty much the same as all other sets that have had droids in them. It's the same mold. These guys have the gunmetal gray blasters instead of the black ones like some of the older ones had, but nonetheless, these are pretty much exactly the same, but you do get 3 of them, so that is pretty nice. But the one special one that comes in here is this dwarf spider droid. A lot of people really like this design. I definitely am a fan of it. It does look a little bit weird, but I think for Lego, this is the best that you're gonna get a representation of it. Even though a lot of people are really mad that it wasn't a crab droid, I personally think this is fine. I'm not too much of a stickler for that. I do think we should get one at some point, but this will do for now. You have your blaster right here, the cannon part of it, I guess. The little eyes right there using a telephone piece, which is a pretty cool technique. It's got its 4 legs. It has this clear piece underneath so that, you know, it's pretty much stable even if the legs aren't perfectly on the ground. And then you have your little antenna, which is using the same piece as those ball turrets. So yeah, that's everything for the droids. Obviously, this isn't a fair fight. These guys are going to get destroyed by the ATTE, but it's definitely nice that these are included just to give it something to go up against. So yeah, that's everything for the droids. All right, so the overall thoughts on the Lego ATTE is really positive. I absolutely love the model. I think it's really nice, very big, which, you know, people want it to be. You get a really good selection of figures, even though a lot of people have little you know, nitpicks about the style of the helmets and stuff like that. I still think it's a good selection. The dwarf spider droid, even though everyone hates on him because he's not a crab droid, still a nice addition to this set. And yeah, everything about this is really nice. Definitely really high up on my tier list for all these sets. And yeah, if you have a spare $140 lying around, which most of you probably don't, but if you do, I definitely think you should pick this up. It'll look really nice on display, and it gives you some relaxation time while building it. So that is going to be everything for the Lego ATTE here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun building this and making this video. Definitely make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications, and, you know, share this with anyone who you think likes Lego. Yeah. That's everything for the Lego ATTE, and always remember to keep it electrified.